Hey guys, Tim and Adam here, and we want to welcome you back to Flipperflix. You guys know how much Tim loves his foods, and he got to try a new one recently called 3 Wishes.
Yup. Breakfast being my favorite meal, I was excited to try this new cereal out. It's high in protein, low in sugar, and grain-free.
I thought I saw that 3 Wishes is free from wheat, dairy, soy, oats, corn, rice, and peanuts.
That's right. It's plant-based and gluten-free certified, made with modern-day clean ingredients like chickpeas, pea protein, and tapioca.
Well, that sounds like a feat of food science.
One that took 2 years to develop.
Incredible! So what flavor of these 3 Wishes did you devour, Tim? I saw they had cocoa, cinnamon, honey, and unsweetened.
I went with cocoa, and it was delicious.
With 70% less sugar and as much as 8 times the protein of their decadent counterparts, there can't be anything like this on the shelf right now.
And there isn't. 3 Wishes is now offering our listeners 10% off with the code PODCAST10.
So head to their website at www.3wishescereal.com to learn more.
We hope you enjoy this episode.
Are we Max or are we monsters? Sorry, that's really all I got from that one.
That was my... Yeah.
Sam, give me your wolf.
I'm not participating
Wolf call.
in this.
Ah!
Ow, ow, ow.
She did it. Well, we're Flipperflix. And my name is Adam because I have to clarify who I am.
Hi, Adam.
Hey you. What's your name?
I'm Sam.
Are you the king?
Definitely.
Oh, we always needed a king.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing. You're off the bat with your social media.
Seems like you were still
I
gonna
had
keep
nothing
going.
else.
He's like, yeah. It did feel like you were going to keep going.
You know, in most scenarios, I do probably have something I can continue to say.
Mm-hmm.
I fill the gaps.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Did you introduce Tim?
No, thank you, though. You did.
Well, I come up later. It's okay.
Yeah, he comes in later.
Yeah, but we like to say each other's names before the actual
Who are you?
person can
Who are
say
you?
it. Have you been here this whole time?
What is your name? What's your favorite color?
Oh, man. But as Adam alluded to, we are on social media. There was no way to segue that nice
Right,
for you.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was a good attempt. I semi-applause.
Thanks. We're
Fingertips.
on Instagram and Twitter. You can find us at Flipperflix. We post little tidbits, do some fun things. Like we just passed our 1-year award ceremony. Woo! And so if you watched that, you know that we're currently doing a giveaway. All you have to do to enter is give us a review on iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Honestly, I don't know what it's called. I don't use it. But that thing.
On the apple?
On the apples. And then send us a screenshot of it either via DM on Twitter or Instagram, or you can send it to us via email. We're flipperflix@gmail.com.
Real
or
simple.
if you just want to say hi, you can shoot our email an email.
Shoot our email an email.
Shoot our email an email.
Jot that down.
So if you're
Write
wondering
that.
if you were wondering what you could win one of 2 gift baskets. We gave away the Absolutely Award last week. Was it last week?
It was last week.
Yeah, it seems so long ago.
It's been so long.
And the Absolutely Award went to our favorite movie of last year, which was Coherence, which is a really good movie. We all really love it. So in the gift basket, you'll get the fucking movie. You're welcome. Along with candy and popcorn and then the trophy. So, like, you're totally set for a movie night. And then the other prize is the Over My Dead Body Award, which went to our least favorite movie. I'm not going to say you're welcome for this movie,
But you're fucking welcome.
we are supplying you with a conversation piece because the movie that won was Swept Away by Guy Ritchie, which if you listen to our episode, it's fucking terrible. But
We try and compare every single movie to it, and we're like, you can't compare it to The Floor.
Yeah, it's
I'm sure you can find a drinking game online to make it exciting for yourself. If not, you can bury yourself in the candy and popcorn that we give you. So again, you're welcome. So make sure you guys enter. You have until April 9th to enter, which is next week. So
Yes.
only one more week.
And then tomorrow is Sam's birthday.
Oh.
Awkward, right?
Awkward. Don't tell people my personal details.
Well, they don't know when this came out.
And then we release episodes every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Spotify, Apple, Google, all the platforms. So you can find us there. And I think I covered it all. So, Tim,
Did you get our website?
Oh, fuck. We have a website, too. This is a lot when we're doing a giveaway. I feel like I'm talking for like 15 minutes. So
only 4.
That's a long time.
It's like 3, maybe 2.
So, anywho, we do have a website, and I guess technically you could submit your screenshot through the contact form on there. You could try.
I don't have an image upload.
Okay, you can't try. You could just tell us and then yell at us. But you can submit recommendations for films on the website, and the website is flipperflix.wixsite.com/home. So
she nailed it.
Give us something over there.
And speaking of recommendations, Tim, on to you.
That's what we had. Recommendations.
It's like we planned that.
Oh, yeah.
Good segue.
It's all coming together. See, we segued good there. We did good, right?
We did good.
Tell me I did good.
Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Yeah, I'm Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Tim.
And if you didn't know, we're Flipper Flicks.
Are we?
Who are we?
I don't know anymore. Anywho, so yeah, our recommendation this week, I picked Where the Wild Things Are.
Mm-hmm.
By Sam's little sister. That's who
Yes.
recommended this. I say little sister. She's a teenager.
Still little, right? Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
still
Come
little,
on.
yeah.
10 years from now, when you call her that, then you can be like, oh.
That's true.
She'll still be little, though.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But continue, Tim.
Yeah. So this is from 2009. And if you weren't aware, which I feel like a lot of people our age are, there's a book.
What?
And I
Shocked.
The book was great when I was a kid, and I'm afraid to
What?
go read
No.
it now. But anyway, the synopsis for the movie, and I say that because it's like the synopsis is, well, you'll see. It says a mischievous boy enters a magical land and becomes king of all wild things. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
it's
mean, that's
like
pretty
there, but you're
accurate.
like, what does that mean? But if you haven't read the book, I would actually recommend, like, even now as an adult, just go check it out, see what it's about, and then I guess we can get on to the movie. I don't know.
Expectations, sir.
I know, but do you want me to go or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's go.
fine.
You picked the movie.
He's like, do I keep talking?
I'm not sure
Why
how
did you
wanna
want
go
to pick?
about
Why
it.
did you pick this movie?
Yeah, it was a toss-up between this and another one. And I was very reluctant to pick this one, and I think that's why I picked it. Like I said,
I mean,
the
it's
book
always
was
best.
good. And then I remember when this movie came out, I went and saw it, and I was creeped out beyond belief. And this is like
What?
the only
No.
movie I can think of that creeped me out, like in a weird way. And I don't know why necessarily. I guess because, well, we'll get into that later. But
Yeah, we will.
maybe not. We might talk about other stuff first, like Always Sunny or something. But I don't know. I was like a little skittish about watching it. I'm not gonna lie.
You had a bad
We,
experience.
we
like,
all
so-
waited till the last minute.
Yeah, I waited till the very possible last minute. But yeah, I guess that's all I got for expectations because I was just kind of like, I'm scared.
Yeah. How about you, Sam?
I mean, pretty much ditto. Like, our family loved this book. We read it all the time. I still remember certain phrases of the book.
Really?
And I still pretty much remember how the book goes. I wanted to, like, pull it up online before we watch this just to make sure. But I'm fairly certain I remember how the book goes. And so my whole family was like, yes, this is going to be so good. We don't know how they're going to do it because, like, you know, the book is only, what, probably like 20 pages.
Yeah,
It's
Probably
not-
40.
Yeah. It's a picture book. So
Yeah.
even if
Yeah.
it is long, it's still
That's
a picture
why
book.
I liked it.
Yeah. And
I had a
so,
picture. I don't have to imagine.
well, and Maurice Sendak is, like, his drawings were, like, they were kind of weird, right? But, like, that's part of the allure of the book. So, like, I don't know. You get it. And so you're like, okay, I'm excited to see them kind of, like, come to life and see what happens. But then you're also kind of weary because you're like, is this going to be an hour and a half movie? Probably at least. So they're going to have to put some filler in there. What are they going to decide? And then, yeah, I just remember we all watched it. And I just, same as Tim, like, ugh. And so when he
And you pushed it back in your head, thinking you'll never have to do it again.
Yeah, kind of. And so I was shocked when my little sister recommended it, and I meant to ask her why she did, because I'm curious if she felt the same way or if she actually likes this movie. So more to come on that. I'll see if I can rustle that up later this week. But yeah. So Adam, you didn't read the book, right?
I did not. I've never read it. I've never had it read to me. Written to me, yeah. No. It's 37 pages. I looked it up.
Okay, but but like 5 of those pages are the wild rumpus with no text.
Yeah, I know.
But
What?
Continue.
Is it like the grumpus?
No, the wild rumpus. Let the wild rumpus begin, where they start partying. That's
Oh,
5
okay.
of the pages. But continue.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 338 words in it.
Yeah, it's not
Somebody
much.
counted.
It's mostly for the illustrations, I feel like. But continue.
Yeah, my family read all the little golden books.
Nice.
Like, we had a shitload of those.
Those were the ones with the, like, creepy monsters too, right?
What? Like, no, not
No.
always.
Not always.
It
but
was a
sometimes.
publishing company.
Okay.
And he was not part of this company. My grandparents had just so many of them, and like we had Dr. Seuss stuff too. So, but yeah, no, this came out in 2009. I was my first year in school, and my roommate was like, "Oh, dude, I remember loving this book," and I was like, "Yeah, I know about this book." I was like, "But it looks creepy as fuck. I'm gonna pass." And he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm still gonna see it." I'm like, "Okay." I don't think he ever told me his opinion of it.
It was probably similar to ours.
Yeah, probably. It's like one of those things, it's like an unspoken rule. It's like you just don't talk about it, I guess.
Right.
So I was expected to be creeped out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So spoilers.
Yes.
I was creeped out. In fact, creeped out by like, I don't know how many times I uttered the words, "What the fuck?"
Right.
Yeah, I have that in my notes.
Were you keeping a tally?
I wasn't keeping a tally, but I have a few of your quotes while you're watching it.
Yeah, but let's just start real quick. He's playing in the snow, and what's his older sister Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's her name.
Yeah, she's just like, "No, I'm not going to pay attention to you." Then I didn't even realize she went over, like, his sister was over with the other dude, like, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of picked up on that.
I picked up on it,
Don't
but I
think
didn't see
she
her
was
do it.
over there. I thought that was their house, and because he said he went across the street.
Oh, that would make so much more sense.
Yeah.
It was still, like, very odd.
Yeah, it was weird.
And, because, like, okay, it starts, well, I'm going to back up a little bit, in the intro, and you have, like, all the little illustrations for Max, and you're like, as a book reader, you're like, nice! Alright,
Yeah.
this is going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of get into that whole snowball family doesn't give me enough attention arc, and you're like, what is happening? This is not in the book.
Yeah.
Like, but there are certain parts that are, like, when he first comes down and he's, like, running and screaming like mad, like, that's part of the book.
Like
Yeah.
a rumpus.
They did it kind of weird, but that was part of it, so I was kind of aligned.
Okay.
And then we kind of we keep veering off at certain times, and I'm like, why? What is
Also-
happening?
Also,
Yeah.
5 like teenage kids versus 1 child.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. And it takes him a very long time to, like, cave in his thing. Like, he's much younger than them. There's, like, 5 of them. You're like, when he starts the snowball fight, it's all happy, happy, joy, joy. And you're like,
Right.
no, there's no way this is going to end well for him.
Right.
Teenagers are assholes.
Yeah.
I've seen all the shows.
I was one. I saw them. Sorry, Tim, we interrupted you.
I didn't. What?
Oh.
I was just giggling.
Okay.
Giggle.
But yeah,
giggle.
like, my third note was, that was a dick move. Talking about the dive. I was like,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know it was going to cave it.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's just I don't know. Like you were saying, like you were grounded or whatever with where they were going with some of it, and I remember the movie because I haven't looked at the book in a while, but I remember the movie just felt like it wasn't following the book at a lot of points. Like that's how it because I always loved the book, and then you watch the movie and you're like, huh? I don't know. I guess that's how I remember.
How does this translate?
That's how I remember feeling. So.
Yeah, no, that's 100% how it is. I feel like they picked out parts of it, like, and when most of the parts were quotes, like, let the wild rumpus begin, and, like, be still, like, those are parts from the movie, or from the book, but the way they come across in the movie are not correct, and, like, I don't know, just most of it just doesn't feel right, but then parts of it are, so it's very jarring because you're like,
oh yeah,
why are you doing this to this book?
And I was sitting there trying to figure out why he's being like such a little asshole kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Is his dad dead, or did they get a divorce? Because clearly something happened with his mom and
I think he's
the father.
passed away.
Yeah,
That's the vibe I get. I don't. It
Yeah.
that's what I
seem
got
like
too. And like I'm not excusing the nonsense that he did, but like he was lashing out because he was depressed
Mm-hmm.
and he was
Right.
lonely because his dad died. And the whole teeth thing, I assumed, was like, oh, you have teeth and then you lose them, and then nobody wants to be your friend. Was like a metaphor for his father losing his father, and all his friends left because he didn't, because they all
Right.
had dads.
Yeah. Well,
Was that too deep?
Yeah, because I was just like, you see, when they did shit like that, I was like, this is not part of the book.
Yeah.
I'm not here for this.
They
Like,
went
what
super
is
deep with some
happening?
of the stuff and like metaphorical. It seemed like, and I was like,
Yeah.
listen, this was a children's book. I'm like,
Right.
I remember this making me happy, not depressed.
I know, because I was like just trying to figure out like, why is this kid this way?
Yeah, so like in the book, he's crazy, and I believe he gets grounded for being crazy.
Yeah, he gets like
essentially.
grounded to his room, and that's when all it
Yeah,
all kind of.
and then he
starts.
has like a fun imagination, cool adventure.
Yeah,
He doesn't run away?
No,
he doesn't.
It's like all in his room.
yeah. He like drifts. Like I'm pretty sure he falls asleep
Yeah.
because he
So
like
it's Little
his
Nemo.
bed is like the boat or something.
Yeah.
If I
So
remember.
it's Little Nemo.
Yeah.
Kind of, but it's
Or one
not
of 'em
creepy.
is.
It's not creepy.
Both are both are creepy. Both video performances are creepy. Tell me I'm wrong.
Video performances, yes. But yeah. Yeah. So the whole family dynamic, like, is just very different, and I don't know, I feel like they still could have accomplished the same things that they wanted to do
Yeah.
if they just like sent him to his room and he fell
Yeah.
asleep and he like in the book.
Was Carol supposed to represent him in the book?
Huh?
Carol,
I don't know.
he is Carol. KW is his mom. Bob and Terry are Mark Ruffalo.
Oh. You see, I did not
I
get
feel
this.
like not reading the book, really.
It helped you. In my opinion. I don't know. Maybe Tim got this and I was just confused.
Tim?
No, that's kind of how I always felt about it. Yeah, like
Okay.
like KW is supposed to be his sister, and
Oh, I got it as his mom.
Either one. Somebody
Either
told
one.
me.
Continue.
I don't know. I always felt it was more of his sister, but I guess
It
his
could
mom
both-
would make sense because I kind of thought Judith was his mom.
Yeah.
Right. But like he liked Ira, and he doesn't like Mark Ruffalo.
True.
I
Yeah.
don't know. For all we know, we're making a bunch of bullshit up.
True. But from what I remember in the book, like the monsters speak, but it's nothing to this extent. Like it's only ever like I'll eat you up or something like that.
You
Is
better
that
not be
what you
difficult to
remember,
eat.
Tim? Like I don't remember a whole
No,
freaking story.
that's what made it like creepy about it. Is like I don't remember them like during this movie. I constantly was like, they're gonna eat him. He's gonna get eaten. Like I was like,
I
but like in the book, I
mean-
don't feel like the whole time that's how it was. But I don't really remember. I don't know.
I think they
I just-
did, but it
but
was
I don't
you
know.
like brushed it off as like a joke kind of, cuz like the way I don't know. I remember them having a discussion about trying to eat him and he always had to tell him like be still and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was I don't know.
Is that like a
when
common
It wasn't
quote?
like a huge
Yeah.
thing. It was like
Yeah.
in the movie, it's like a constant thing, and then in the book, it's not. It's like a one-time, like we're gonna eat you.
Yeah. And it like plays off. It's
Yeah.
not like dark and depressing
Yeah.
and like
What,
creepy.
what'd you guys think of like when he goes and wrecks through a wall randomly? Like the wall in the house is in. Carol's just like, that's good technique. You can't teach that.
I loved that when he said, yeah, like you're good at destroying things basically. Good
Yeah.
technique. Yeah.
Good technique, man.
I liked it. That was basically when you first met him, right?
Yes.
Because they're smashing things because they're upset.
Because KW left
Okay.
for Bob and Terry.
Wait, so are Bob and Terry the teenagers then? If KW's the sister?
If KW's the sister, then yes.
Yeah.
If KW is the mom, then it's the boyfriend.
Huh.
I don't know. Because it all could be bullshit.
True.
We're like English teachers.
I think it's
here,
left
guys.
for interpretation, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the color on the wood is brown because it's wood.
Did they say that?
No, that's my beautiful
Oh, that's true.
deep diagnosis of the film, man.
Yeah. Well, I feel like once we got to the wild things, even though, like, they're being weird by smashing things. Like, we had the scene where he got in the boat and went across in the water and he journeyed into the land of the wild things. So I was kind of, like, rooted in the book there.
Yeah.
And then it gets smashed to pieces when we're smashing things and being creepy. And then we're asking about, you know, the bone piles that are previous kings. And we're like, oh, no. I don't even know him. He wasn't here.
Yeah, that's been there.
That's been there.
Well, and then, like, Douglas is, like, yells at him for breaking a house after Carol told him to break houses. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're all a little bipolar.
Just a little bit. But apparently Douglas is, like, the go-to guy, you know?
Is he?
Well, according to Carol.
Okay. Oh, that's true, when they first meet. I was like, because he says that, and then Douglas is just kind of there.
Oh, yeah, Douglas is a man. Or parakeet. Whatever you want. Man, parakeet, manikin?
He's the one that looks most like an animal to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, well, Alexander...
I mean, yeah, he's a goat, but...
Alexander creeped me the fuck out. Like,
Yeah,
all of them were creepy.
They all do. Like,
They
I don't
all
know
were
what
creepy,
you're talking
but, like-
about. They're all fucking creepy.
I think Alexander being, like, more... Just because he's smaller.
Yeah.
Like, he looked
more-
almost human-like.
Yeah.
And I was like, just, no, go away, go away, go away.
See,
Well,
Go ahead, Tim.
I was just saying, so here, this is a little segue from it, everything. Or side conversation, whatever. Are you able to pick a favorite? Can you...
Yes, Douglas.
Douglas? Yeah. Sam?
Because of his fucking arm at the end.
It's
Yeah, I like the stick. No?
The bull would be my
No.
second.
the bull was my first.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was creepy. He
Really?
never, like, said anything.
That's why I liked him.
He just was, like, moody until the end.
He wasn't
like...
moody, he just was quiet.
See,
So it's the quiet person.
so I kind of have issue with the way that they... Well, Tim, what is your favorite? The bull?
He said the bull.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of have issue with the way that they did this because, like, the illustrations are such a key part of this book, and they do look like this in the book,
Yeah?
but they're creepy as fuck in movie form. And I don't know why.
Is it because they are puppets?
And
They're
'cause
real?
they're talking and they walk really
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
And because I would have said, like, Carol or Judith were my favorite in the book, but then you see them in IRL
Carol.
and you're like, no. I'm scarred for
I think my
life.
least favorite is KW, but
My least favorite is Judith. She's a fucking bitch.
yeah, she is.
Okay, well, she's not really a bitch, but she's, like, such a negative Nancy. And then she goes up and, like, uses her big old tongue to lick people all the
Ugh.
time.
Yeah, I did
That was
not like
terrible.
Judith.
I was not a fan of the tongue scene.
No.
Yeah.
that
Tongue
was
scenes. There were multiple.
bad. Yeah, I know. It was terrible.
But Alexander, man, I don't know. One of his first lines was like, "Oh, you can carry me like a baby," and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm uncomfortable. Oh my god.
Did you see this in theaters, Tim?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
that
want
was
to.
a
I wish I
mistake.
could go back and
Was
see it in
everyone
theaters
physically
with
cringing?
I think so. Like it was bad. From what I remember, everybody was like, "Oh no."
you. Right?
I don't understand how they, like, jump and fly. Like, why
Don't
is that
worry
a
about
thing?
it. Which they fly?
They like, jump for long periods
Yeah,
of
they
time, and
just
it
jump
kind of
really
looks
well.
like they fly.
Well, lions can jump 20 feet ahead. Why can't a giant
Thing?
imaginary monster?
I don't know, but didn't you guys think it looked weird? Almost
Yes.
like Twilighty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was because it was real.
It was a
They're
puppet,
not CGI.
Yeah.
They're Jim Henson puppets.
Yeah. Which makes you
Yeah.
want to like them more.
Exactly.
Right. like I can respect. I think they're done beautifully. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like the work on them is just amazing,
And they match the book.
and I'm creeped the
They do.
fuck out.
Yeah.
I think.
But they
maybe it
weren't
was
creepy
this-
in the book. I don't know.
I know. I don't know what makes them creepy. Because I was gonna say their size, but they're big in the book too.
Yeah.
So I
Never make
don't
Totoro
know.
real.
I just think it went a different direction from the actual book. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I mean, they're CGI, but like they're supposed to look more realistic. I was not creeped out by any of that,
I also.
except for Mr. Mime, I guess.
Mr. Mime's just creepy in general, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an exact like 1-to-1 relationship here,
Right.
but like you can see where I'm coming from. Like they took picture monsters
Mm-hmm.
and made them 3D and interacted with human.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Detective Pikachu when Lickitung gives his big old.
Well, that's just Lickitung, though.
That was gross too. But
Sam doesn't like tongues.
Yeah.
Not big old tongues.
Not big ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm changing my answer. I like Iroh a lot because he just is good
did
at punching holes.
Originally Iroh was like my favorite because he's like, I punched a hole. Huh? Did you see my hole? Like originally he was my favorite.
This is your kingdom, except for that hole. That's Iroh's hole.
That's Iroh's hole.
And that's Iroh's hole.
Yeah.
That's Iroh's hole. And I was just like, all right, Iroh's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think if they would have modeled all of the characters after him, it would have been better. Because I think part of what makes them creepy is that they're always talking about depressing things.
Yeah.
In their teeth.
Yeah, but their teeth are just kind of like that. But, like, Iroh doesn't really
And they're
creep
always
me out
flying
as
off the
much.
handle.
Yeah, like, they're crazy.
Yeah. Just out of nowhere, instant mood change. You're like, oh.
People always pick on Alexander. I mean, just carry me like a baby lion. I can see. Oh my, Jesus.
I feel like it was just because he was kind of like a smart ass. Well,
Yeah.
I don't
They
know if he
all
was.
were?
He was clearly smarter than them, though. It kind of.
I know you're not a king.
I got that vibe.
Well,
yeah.
Douglas was the most intelligent, and that's why you take him
Yes,
to
he
the
was.
deserted island.
Yep.
True.
Because he could probably also throw you to, like, real land.
And
Yeah.
apparently, he lets you rip his arm off.
And
care.
doesn't care.
And then Sans comes out.
Yeah.
I was fairly certain that at that point, I don't remember that from the book, and I was fairly certain at that point they were gonna like kill him off. I was like, he's just gonna like deflate. Like I was
Yeah.
like really worried about that. Like this should not be happening.
Yeah, I have a line here that this movie is super violent.
Yeah.
Oh no, it 100% is.
Is the book violent?
No.
Not that I know.
Do they have the mudball fight?
No.
I don't think so.
Where they beat the shit out of Alexander
I
for
don't think
fun?
they break the houses. I don't think they like.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
like I feel like he arrives and they have their wild rumpus. They elect him king, but there's none of this depressing shit in the background, or if there is, you don't pick up as a child. And then there's not all this activity. It's kind of just like then he decides to go home. He like has his good times with them, and then he goes home.
Yeah,
and
he
then
actually has a good time.
It's not. Yeah, it's not depressing. Like
They had to
or
make the bull ask
crazy.
that question because otherwise, yeah, you would have been like, this is just depressing.
yeah. Oh yeah.
At the very end, just one line. Will you make sure to tell good stories about us?
Well, and why was his voice like that? He had like a little,
The highest pitched voice.
the high squeaky voice.
And then I thought that Carol's voice should have been way deeper.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah?
I don't know. I just think there was a little bit too much violence.
Yeah,
to be
it was
considered.
a little rough around the edges. So here's the funny thing. So I'm gonna roast Rihanna right now.
Works for me.
She and I guess anyone else that has this mindset about it, which is whatever. You can have your own opinion. I don't care. But I'm gonna roast her anyway. So
Bring out them torches, man.
I told her about it. I was like, I can't believe I picked this movie. This is creepy. I'm not ready for this. And so she was like, I'm gonna go watch it right now because I think it's cute and I love it. I'm like, what in the
What?
fuck? I like about flipped out on her. I'm like, you go watch it immediately because I do not believe you. And then afterwards she was like, yeah, it's cute. I was like, oh god. I was like,
What?
I was like, maybe it is, and I don't know.
No. I don't think it is. But like I said, I do want to see why my sister recommended it. Because I do kind of get the vibe that some people still have like this nice little like
Nope.
soft spot for it.
Yep.
And I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me with little Nemo.
Yeah,
Like-
but you were aware of the fact that that was scary and creepy and weird.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like,
That's
You
true.
stopped watching it after a certain point because
That
is true.
Yeah.
That is very true. I
I
did.
don't know. I'm just shocked that someone finds a cute little story. I'm so confused.
I also want to say, not only was it violent, it was super dramatic, like soap opera-y dramatic. Like, hey, you have favorites, don't you? And I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, Judith's aggressive in that
Yeah,
scene.
she's super. Again, she's gonna eat him. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the first line that I remember from her is, like, you better not be difficult to eat. Come on.
Right, yeah, no, you don't have little bird bones, do you?
Bird bones. That's what she said.
Yeah, like what
And he's
the
like,
hell?
no, I don't. At that point, I would be like, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Eat me.
that's like from The Hobbit. Like, oh yeah, no, we're gross and disgusting. Don't eat us.
Yeah.
Is that why they don't eat Douglas? Because he has bird bones?
Probably. Well, and he's the smartest.
But does he have bones? Because, again, you just
From
stick
what
a
I can
little
tell-
tree branch in there.
I don't know. I saw the inside of KW, and she definitely has no bones.
And Richard was in there.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
fucking
She
Richard.
literally ate Richard.
Oh
Like,
my
did they just eat
God.
all the things around? I don't know.
And he goes in. Hey, Richard.
Yeah, like,
That's
no
it.
big deal. No, okay, that scene is one of the creepiest, in my opinion.
I'm scarred.
Like, just playing that back right now, thinking about it, like how he's just in there nice and warm and cozy and talking to her.
And then the
And
hand
you're like,
comes
is
and
he gonna
grabs him.
die? Like, is
Yeah, she
just
starts
gonna,
closing
like...
her mouth, and you're like,
Yeah.
he's like, I can't breathe, and you're like, nope, it's over, kid.
Yeah,
get it.
like,
GG.
did you really just make me watch like an hour and 20 minutes of this film for him to like die in her stomach? And then she like peels him out of her heart with her arm out of her belly. I don't think I can sleep tonight just thinking about that. Like that was
You were scared from Lights Out. This is my like nightmare.
yeah, it's
So
fucking creepy.
I did a
Go
thing,
ahead.
and I just read the book.
Okay.
It is
You read
not.
the whole book.
Yeah, no, literally, I did.
It's not long.
It's just all pictures and like a couple sentences per page, basically.
Yeah.
Not a bit like a movie.
Right?
Like at one point it just says like they're playing around and he says now stop and they all go to bed without their supper. And it's like
Yeah.
Be still.
none of this is like it talks about their terrible teeth and their yellow eyes and that they're all
Oh,
because they're kind of
yeah.
creepy looking in the book, honestly. Then now that I'm looking at it, like they look like they're like creepier and meant to like, but then they're all happy in another page. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like they're meant to scare you when you first get there because
Yeah.
I do remember he's like, they gnash their terrible teeth. They
Yes, yeah.
claw their terrible claws. So, like, maybe that was the point where, like, they were running around and you see them, like, destroying stuff. Like, maybe that was kind of where they were going with that.
Right.
But, like, picture to puppet, like, they're how they look. Like,
Oh, Jim Henson Company nailed it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, maybe, no.
I will also say I only knew what Carol looked like.
Okay, because of, like,
Oh, like the
pictures?
picture. Yeah.
Like I would not have been able to tell you that there was a fucking goat or a bird or a bull.
Yeah.
I remember the bird, and I remember Judith.
Yeah.
but I-
Those are like the big three I remember. And KW.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is Judith?
I don't know.
In the book, she walks on all fours.
Why is Judith?
She's like a tiger with horns, basically.
Oh, interesting. She would
Yeah.
eat him.
So, looking at the pictures, was the book creepier than you imagined? Or does it still kind of have that nice little light tone?
It has a lighter tone for sure, but like there's like 2 pages, like so they're super friendly throughout the book, but there's like 2 pages where they look creepy. Like the beginning, I guess, and then like towards the end when he leaves, it looks like they're pissed off and
Yeah.
they're chasing after him.
Yeah, they get real upset that he leaves.
Do they?
Yeah, but in the movie, they're just kind of like sad.
Yeah, they're like, oh, okay, we get it, yeah.
Yeah.
Please say good things about us, says the
Yeah.
guy that doesn't talk.
But I'm really confused about Bob and Terry.
Bob and Terry, man. Best names in the book.
Bob and Terry, like, great names,
Mhm.
like Adam said.
Yeah.
B, why are they owls? C, why does she hit them with rocks to get them down?
Yeah, and what? I
D,
forgot about them.
why does he have to ask a 7-word question
Well,
to
they're
them?
stupid, but they're wise.
But I thought they were only stupid because Carol thought they were stupid. I thought they were, like, wise owls, and that was like,
No, they're just stupid owls that are wise.
oh.
It's an oxymoron of an owl.
But it was just, like, it was weird. And then, like, he asks him the question, and then he never really gets his answer because he can't understand him.
I like to believe that it's one of those, I think there's a SpongeBob episode. Yes, it's Bubble Boy, where SpongeBob is the only one that understands Bubble Boy.
Okay.
Sort of situation.
But they all understood, except for, like, Carol
Yeah,
and
like, but they're
Max.
all SpongeBob to Bubble Boy. They all just make up what they wanted to hear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I assumed is she was just making stuff up. And like
Yeah.
when
Maybe
she was
that's
like,
what Carol-
"Oh yeah, that's a good idea," I was like, "Oh, she's gonna eat him."
Right?
That was my immediate thought.
Constantly just waiting for him to get eaten.
Oh, I'm so scarred.
And then, but I will say, like, the fort that they built is pretty dope.
Oh, that's dope. And the model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
no,
like that would have been so much fun to make.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't we have kept those? Well, first off, why did the fort have to turn into a creepy thing by the end? Why couldn't we have kept the fort happy? You know, by the time he, like, wants his king door, it's been tainted. But, like, they came together, they made this cool fort, and then, like, that back room with all the mountains and stuff that Carol made was cool. Like, I just feel like we could have had those as the movie and been a lot better.
Are you saying it should have been a short film?
No, well, maybe, but
I think what
I
you're
don't
getting at
know.
is, like, I feel like it should have been a happy feeling movie, which I think it tried to go for at the end.
Yeah.
But, like, the whole movie, you're kind of, like, anxious and I don't know. It's not like, it doesn't make you feel like, well, I guess it's okay, because there's plenty of movies that are, like, meant to make, you know, make you kind of sad or whatever and fix it, or, you know, what, I mean, not all movies are meant to be happy-go-lucky movies, but I think this one
all are.
just should have, because it was a kid's book.
So the director said he wanted to make a movie about about childhood rather than a children's book, like a children's movie.
Okay.
The target was making a story about a kid's life, not a storybook.
Okay.
Interesting.
I can kind of see that.
But why is it so sad?
Well, and violent, right?
Right, like,
I will say I used to go around hitting trees pretending I was Legolas.
who didn't?
Right, so like him smashing stuff isn't that absurd?
Right.
Yeah.
But apparently it was originally less family friendly.
Ugh!
Yes. Warner Brothers told him, hey, can you just erase it all and start over?
What?
This is not family friendly enough. So they like tweaked it to make it a little bit better because he was like, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, like, dude, this is where the wild things are. This is so many child's, like, golden years. You're not going to destroy it for them remaking it. Like,
And he said no.
and so we ended up with this.
He edited it. He did some edits and he was like, and we're done.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense, to be honest.
Yeah.
He also was offered to make it fully animated.
Huh.
I kind of
I like that he didn't.
Yeah.
I like that he opposed that.
Yeah.
I can respect it.
But he
I
was a
don't-
little too stubborn with the rest of the decisions.
I agree. You're here.
Yes. Here.
Well, part of the, like, crazy depressingness of it is, like, at one point he's talking to Carol, and he's like, yeah, I'm not a king. And he's like, well, what are you? And he's like, I'm Max. And he's like, well, that's not very much, is it? And I was like, holy shit! Like, that is terrible!
Yeah.
I don't know, there were so many, I felt like, brutal moments like that. And then combined with confusing moments, like the dog in the desert.
Oh, what the fuck? Well, it was just a giant sheepdog, but what the fuck?
Could that have been a cut? Like, was the giant sheepdog maybe
I don't have any idea what I guess it's just like kind of like expanding on the universe somewhat, like
That's
adding
what I
something
kinda
in.
figured.
But like, you're coming from a book that you didn't write, and
That's 37 pages
Did
long,
you-
10
yeah.
sentences.
it's like, did you need to add that in? But and then because the whole vibe of the movie too gives me the idea that they ate everything. It's all gone.
Yeah.
Like they're the only things left, and like I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of get that too, especially like Adam, you were saying the bowl that's like, will you tell them good stuff about us?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of makes it seem like, I don't know, whoever, if anyone ever escaped.
Right.
They only said, like, bad things.
I want to say that... Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Shit!
Oh, shit.
They talk about eating so much, and you never see them eat. Except for Richard.
Maybe that's part of the
And Carol.
unnerving part of it.
Or not Carol.
KW.
KW. Yeah.
Also, I just want to say, every time I hear the name Carol, I'm like, Carol!
Carol.
Carol in accounting.
Oh, my.
Why did the kid get cake?
At the end? I don't
Why?
know.
I mean-
like,
Kids
this
who run
kid-
away do not get cake.
I think she was just because.
I know. I get why. Like, I'm sure. Like,
So the way I took this movie is it was targeted towards the people that grew up with the book and not kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way a kid interprets all this stuff, especially a kid around Max's age. I don't see them, I don't know, interpreting the way this was supposed to be played out. But
You mean all my random like imagery and metaphor shit that I keep seeing?
yeah, I mean it seems purposely set up that way, to whereas a kid would just see it and watch it and be like, ah, big monsters. I don't know, but maybe
it's
that's why I'm naive about it. Or I don't know.
But it's kind of jarring because they use like children's music for a lot of it.
The music wasn't bad, but
No, they did a good job. It creeped
it
me
was
the
creepy.
fuck out.
Yeah,
I was gonna
Again,
say,
creepy.
but
Did I watch a kids movie or did I watch a horror movie? A PG horror movie.
by the end, it seemed like a horror movie.
If he died, if you killed him, I would classify it as a horror movie.
Yeah.
If he was eaten in the end.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining him in the belly. I don't know. I think I might need to eye bleach myself after this. Like,
go watch The Emperor's New Groove. Be happy.
Do you think the director's into vor?
A little bit.
Do you think that's what it was?
Just a little bit. Well, I will say that his other movies, he has a direction, and it's weird sometimes.
yeah. But at the end, when he eats, like, it's basically like he wakes up and after he had been bad.
Was he just like in the woods asleep?
He was in his bed asleep, and he like had an imagination, and then
In
he
the
had
book.
had a fight,
Okay.
with his mom, or like, I don't know. I got that vibe.
With Mark Ruffalo.
And no, there was no Mark Ruffalo. There was no one but his mom, if anyone, even. And then...
In the book?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never see his mom or anyone.
Yeah, but then like at the end, it's like his meal, he wakes up and his food is there, and it's still hot.
It's still
so
warm.
like, you know, he at least has a mom or something. It's not quite like this depressing, for lack of a better
I'm
word.
sad he didn't eat frozen corn.
I know. Well, it's like, it's just, I don't know. I don't think he should have gotten cake.
I get that idea, but I also get that she's like happy he came back, and
Right,
like,
because...
there's kind of supposed to be an understanding there, I think, right, that he's gonna be better, but yeah.
But it's Max.
Yeah.
Do we really think so?
No. He's gonna... Well, I still think in this movie form, he lost his father and he's going through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody is doing a good job at being like... Well, I'm not saying they're doing a bad job. I'm just saying he needs a little bit more attention.
I also think it could be, now knowing that like the movie is supposed to tell
The story
like
of a
your
childhood.
I feel like even if they like, children don't think they get enough attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like not like, oh, I don't get enough attention, but they're always constantly like, ooh, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that.
Look what I can do.
So like, yeah. So it's just like normal that he would feel like nobody's paying attention to him. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I have no more notes, Sam. How many what the fucks did I say?
I didn't count them. I just know for sure when the dirt scene came on, you were like, "What is this movie?" And I know you said like, "What the fuck?" another time, like right around that.
Well, I said what the fuck when he goes in the stomach, but we've gone through that. Tim, you got anything else?
I have 2 quotes.
All right.
Nice.
I at least chuckled to. Carol says, "I don't apologize to owls. Owls are stupid."
Owls are stupid.
And then Judith says, "I don't get it. Oh wait, I do. It's stupid."
Things are stupid, man.
Yeah.
Classic kid dialogue.
But otherwise, that's all I got.
And other quotes that made me laugh, like at the beginning, when he's explaining that he like handled Vikings for like, what did he do? He beat the Vikings or something like that. And he was like explaining how he could like, if it slips through the crack, well, he has like a re-cracker, right? And then they're like,
double cracker.
yeah, like a double re-cracker. And they're like, ooh, he has a
What the hell
double
is a double
re-cracker. Like,
How are we supposed to handle this, guys?
Yeah.
like the score is settled once he says that.
It's
thought
like
that
I
was
triple
funny.
dog dare you.
Kind of, yeah. That was it.
I'll get to the cast then. Max is played by none other than Max Records.
Oh.
Right? Crazy. He is not in much. He is in I Am Not a Serial Killer,
Oh.
The Sitter, and The Brothers Bloom.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of any
Of those? Me neither.
The Sitter, unless it's the Maybe it's the Jonah Hill one, but the mom is played by Catherine Keener. Did you recognize her?
Yeah, she's in stuff.
She is. She's in Get Out. Still need to see that, but 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's where I knew her from. She's in The Croods and Being John Malkovich. And then Mark Ruffalo plays the boyfriend. I'm just going to be honest. I don't really like Mark Ruffalo. I don't know why I dislike him. I think it stems from the fact that I like Edward Norton as the Hulk, and then he took that, and I was like, I don't like this. And I just bias against him from now on. Tim, I don't know how you feel.
I am partial.
Yeah. I think Sam just agrees with me to make me happy. I also think he's in like 500 million rom-coms.
Yeah.
Or just romance movies.
Yeah.
But like, he's also in Spotlight. He's in Shutter Island. Now You See Me.
Yeah.
Like, he does a lot more than just rom-coms.
I think he was one of those people that started on rom-coms, though, which might be why you hate him.
Right, but Ryan Reynolds did too.
Yeah, true.
And I don't hate him.
So I don't know. You just dislike him.
Then Carol is played by James Gandolfini.
Okay.
He is Tony Soprano in The Sopranos.
Oh.
He's in True Romance, Zero Dark 30, and Killing Them Softly. Alexander, on a more happy note, he is not the chosen son. He is Paul Dano.
I thought he was.
He's in There Will Be Blood, Little Miss Sunshine, Escape at Dannemora. I tried to add a new one and I didn't recognize it. He's also in Okja.
Okja.
I think 3 movies in a year. Sam?
For
Tim?
Paul Dano?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once he started talking, I was like, oh shit, I think that's Paul Dano.
You know,
I know Dano.
I know. I was trying to say that. So I was But yeah, that's pretty impressive. In like 1 year, somebody's in 3 movies.
Well, we did 2 Bruce Willis's.
Yeah, that's true, but that's only 2.
I
This
know.
is 3.
I was trying to think if like we had even gotten close, and Bruce Willis is the only one.
Yeah. Judith is played by Catherine O'Hara.
Oh.
No, yeah. She's in Best in Show, Schitt's Creek, and Series of Unfortunate Events. Ira, not Iro.
Oh.
Iro Iris or something. I couldn't figure out what his name was. I also had
Whole guy.
Yeah. I had like 3 different names for Judith down on my paper.
Uh-oh.
I had like Janice at one point. But Ira is played by Forrest Whitaker. He's in Black Panther, Rival, Rogue One, and Fast Times of Ridgemont High. High, not Hyde.
Wow.
Douglas is played by Chris Cooper. Well, that name won't strike any chords, at least for me. You would recognize him. He's in Little Women, American Beauty. He's the dad in Remember Me. And then The Patriot. He's like the asshole looking guy always. I don't know.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know
See?
because I like that guy.
Yeah.
I just didn't know his name, and I was like, Patriot, and you said asshole looking guy. I was like, oh yeah.
He's got like those like lines on his face. It just like makes him look like a dick.
He's great though.
The Bull is played by Michael Berry Jr. He's in Ruby Sparks, Hangover Part 2, and Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. He's Twig.
Okay.
Random motherfucker.
Yeah.
KW is played by Lauren Abrose. I miswrote that. She's in Servant, that new M. Night show. 6 Feet Under, and then Can't Hardly Wait. The director, I would never have been able to tell you that this director has done other big stuff, but it is Spike Jonze.
Oh, I've heard of him.
He did Her.
Yeah.
With Joaquin. That's the weird one, right?
Where he falls in love with
An AI?
Yeah, an AI.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Then Being John Malkovich.
Also weird.
And then an adaptation.
I don't know about that
I've
one.
not seen that one.
Can't speak to that one.
This movie started filming in 2005.
Damn.
Wow.
Well, he had to redo it all, didn't he?
No, he didn't redo it all.
Well,
he said,
he had
fuck you,
to...
Tom. Fuck you, Warner Brothers.
He had to think about redoing it all.
Yeah. So, like, I gotta feel like Max's part was really difficult. I wonder, like, those faces were CGI'd still, right? Like, the mouths? Or do you think those were puppets? I can't tell.
I don't know. I think the eyeballs probably were.
Anyways.
If they blanked.
I felt they were all puppets.
Blunked.
I don't think any of that was animated.
How many people do you think it took to do the puppets?
Most of them were 1, but some were 2.
They were only 1? They looked massive.
Yeah, they had to they built them originally and then they had to rebuild them because they were too heavy because they're 6'8".
Yeah, they looked huge.
Didn't we have this conversation before?
We did for one of the movies.
For Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the 80s when they had
they had
different material.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't one of the puppets in Labyrinth?
It
was,
like 3 people.
the big one. Yeah. What's his name?
I don't remember.
That talked to rocks.
Leto.
Ludo.
Yeah.
He was the best.
Well, that's why I was thinking that you needed multiple
He was not
puppeteers.
creepy. Anyway.
No, he was not creepy at all.
This was nominated for 54 awards.
Holy shit.
And won 7 others.
Wow.
So 61. The tagline is, "There's one in all of us."
I hate that.
What is one? And I don't want it in me.
Exactly.
It's childhood.
I'm not a fan. Yep.
It's childhood.
Or it doesn't mean that you should just go eat people.
I mean, everybody has a skeleton.
It's unclear.
Unclear. All right. The budget was $100 million.
Wow.
Did it bust or did it exceed its budget?
I think it exceeded, yeah.
What are we guessing, like?
Easily.
I think it probably did well.
Yeah.
It made $100.1 million.
What? Seriously?
It made $100,000 more in the box office than its budget.
That's because people were like, don't go see it.
Just stop.
Oh, man.
The critics gave it a 73%.
Ugh.
Audience gave it a 57%.
Really?
IMDb gave it a 6.7 out of 10. And Google with a 76%. Yeah.
Alright.
So that was that movie, guys. Tim and Sam, you guys have both seen it. And you've seen it again. Would you tell people to flip it on?
Tim, I'll let you go first.
Yes.
What?
I know. I knew I was going to catch flack for this. I want other opinions on it. That's the only reason. Otherwise, avoid it. but I'm going to say flip it on because I want other people's opinion on it. I want to know if I'm just creeped out and I'm wrong.
We're creeped out.
Yeah.
We're all creeped out.
I just want other people's opinions. So if you go along with our review, just go ahead and don't watch it. But if you think you're going to feel it, I don't know. Watch it. I don't know. I guess it's a flip.
He does not know.
I don't know. I'm going to say flip it on. Go watch it. I want opinions on it.
Okay.
Because I can't also say that it was a terrible movie. Like
Yeah,
I
well
didn't hate
done.
it or anything. It just creeps you out. And if that's the vibe they were going for, yeah, okay.
You nailed it.
You got it. But I think it was meant to spark some emotions or whatever. So I think I'll say flip it on, and then I want to hear about people's reactions to it.
Yeah. How about you, Sam?
I swayed her. I know I did.
I was kind of in your camp, which is why I made you go first. Because I'm like, on the one hand, I'm like, they fucking ruined one of my favorite books.
Right.
On the other hand, I'm like, maybe I just have something that makes me think this is creepy and other people can just enjoy it. Like, what's wrong with us three that we find it creepy? Like, I don't know. Maybe we're hardwired differently. For me personally, I'm gonna have to say flip it off. There's not even a part that I'd be like, if I was on TV, being like, oh yeah, let me stop here. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd be like,
go.
I'd be like, Where the Wild Things Are. Fuck that movie. Just like,
keep going.
Yeah, just like I felt when I sat down to watch it. So I can't. While I agree with Tim that I want more opinions on it, I cannot support watching it. But Adam,
yeah, no, fuck this shit. No, this movie creeps me out more than fucking Diana in Lights Out.
I do kind of feel that way.
I didn't even find that creepy.
Right, like that movie's not creepy to me. Like it didn't give me horror. It was clearly a horror movie, and this felt more like a horror movie.
Yeah, it's just
you change that
weird.
music. If you change that music to be like horror-y.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that back half of the movie, they have kind of suspenseful music, and
Yeah.
it feels like a horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah, no, don't flip it on.
But if you liked the book, perhaps you should flip it on just
Or
to
don't.
see, or don't.
And if you haven't read the book, you're not missing out.
If you haven't read the book, maybe you should flip it on. Because then you don't have any expectations.
Well, I had
of it
way
being-
more metaphorical analysis.
Yeah, but maybe that makes the movie more enjoyable.
No?
No?
No, it just made it more depressing.
I don't know. I think there's validity in flipping it on if you've read the book just to
Yes.
see how they did with it. But then
Right.
there's also validity of, like, if you haven't seen the book, you might enjoy it more.
Yeah, and you can flip it on for Jim Henson puppets.
Yeah, I mean, the puppets are done really well. They're just creepy.
Oh, yeah. And little baby Donnie Darko, flip it on for him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you don't want to see the inside of a puppet, flip it off.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
If you like big tongues, flip it on.
Oh,
Ugh.
we're going to just groan the whole time.
I know.
But
Oh my. This
next
is a good pick.
week is episode 50.
Episode 50!
Aw.
50. You're not SpongeBob.
I was trying to be.
I know. Do you want to spin it for me, dear?
Sure. I haven't gotten to spin it in forever. Oh, I messed it up.
All right, let's see what we get for this last one, for this 50th episode. Sam, tell me what it is.
Daily Trend.
Daily Trend? Oh, that's a pretty good one.
It almost did wordplay, and I was about to be like, yes!
Daily Trend.
Daily Trend's pretty fun, though.
Mhm.
Yes, it is. Do we want to say the Daily Trends now, or do we want to save them for later?
It's up to you.
All right, I'll read them now because I got them up. We got Andy Dalton, Real Madrid, Elliot Page, Maya Johnson, and then I shit you not, this is the last one, and I really want to go with it. Corned beef and cabbage.
Okay, that's definitely in something because I pictured something, but I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not picking this one.
Okay, but yeah, so next week's episode 50, we got some weird daily trends with cabbages and beef.
And sports ball.
And a lot of sports ball. So, catch you later. Still.
Ah!